Yo, what's going on? What's going on, my peoples? Welcome to another episode of Comic Cons, where we talk comics, movies, really everything pop culture. We got to get a soundtrack top five. I think that's the only thing we didn't do. We don't have to. Gotta probably do everything else besides music. Probably covered it all. But salute to everybody. I, I know it's the holidays. I appreciate you guys coming through supporting. With that being said, I'm gonna bring on my co-host real quick. My other bro, he's not here. He's not feeling well. He's under the weather. It's just gonna be me and Mac today. Mac lived for this, man. Mac, man, where the camera at, man? I seen you on 503's joint today with the cigar. Nah, you probably smart.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, yes, sir. And Mac had the white hoodie on. White hoodie, man. Y'all don't want to mess with white hoodie.
Nah, that was actually khaki, bro.
Oh, okay. Look white. Well, man, let the people know how you doing and what's going down and how your holidays is going.
Man, it's going good, man. I'm chilling, getting ready for this old holiday. I'm on vacation, enjoying it. I'm sipping me a nice drink right now. Been watching some anime, cleaning up the house all day.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling?
Oh, I'm good, champ. Yeah, man. Before we get started, we do tremendous work on this channel, and salute to Derek Gaines. You know, he couldn't join us today. He's not feeling well. Salute to my brother Mac. Stay ready. You know what I mean? We do tremendous work. Y'all could subscribe. Y'all could share. Y'all can comment if y'all don't get to catch the live.
So we doing we doing 6 or we doing 5?
We're doing 6. I even did my homework.
Okay, you did.
I did my homework. So let me tell y'all what's going down. I'd like to explain to y'all what we're doing. So today we're doing villains that we feel were justified in their cause on what the reason they were doing things they were doing. And it's also going to be a debate because me and my brother Mac, we don't agree with everybody's logic on why they're doing. So y'all got a treat today. So y'all can also donate.
Yeah, y'all can also argue in the chat, man.
Yeah, y'all can argue in the chat too. We're gonna be doing the backstories, and then we're gonna say after we do their backstories why we feel like they're justified. Then we're gonna ask the other person why they feel like we're right or we're wrong. So let me get in this comment section so we can get cooking. Cool man in the house.
Let's go, bub.
My favorite sparring partner, Queen 71, always giving me grief. I think in another life.
Hey, matter of fact, hey Queen, I got a cigar for you for Vegas. I got a cigar waiting for you. Cause you gave me one last time I seen you, so I got one for you this time on me.
Queen, I can't mess with Queen. Queen is vicious, but she'll sweet talk you to death.
Man, that's my dog. But she'll cut your ass off. Don't start acting. Hey, my brother's in the chat. So look, this is my brother. This is one of my closest friends. I'm talking about from childhood, from preschool up. He in the chat. He's a comic book fanatic like me. He was with me growing up, so he knows.
Oh man, you brought back up today. You brought back up today. Oh, that's how we doing it.
But he in the chat right now. He just commented, man.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Hey, Dusty Adams. That's my brother, man.
That's what he tried to do. He tried to put an Autobots out on me.
Nah.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
No backup. He's here to enjoy the show.
Okay. It's gonna be a good one today.
It is,
Um,
man.
Humble, my main man, Humble on the game. Yo, man, I was on there yesterday. I ain't see you, Humble. My man, Humble Lion.
I'm about to get back
And
on the
Pooh
game.
Man, Pooh Man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He always in the house, man. Only person we missing right now that's usually here is D-Man.
Yeah,
Watch
what's
D-Man
D-Man?
pop up out of nowhere. Watch
You
D-Man
know
pop
he
up.
is.
While
Hey,
we sit up.
he probably late because he know Derek in here.
You stupid. You right. Whenever Derek is here,
He on
that's a good
time.
point. He on time.
Yeah.
Whenever Derek Gaines is here, good point. Good point. Salute to my bro Derek again, man. We gonna hold it down for you, champ. We gonna hold this in. We gonna hold this in. Oh, D Man out shopping. Okay, yeah, Christmas is.
Okay, Christmas. You got the babies.
All right, let's get into it, man. Look at Queen. Okay, great.
You know
All
I
right, man. Let's go.
go ahead. Since we are doing 6, I'm gonna go ahead and do them. Then go ahead and pull up every man.
Let's see. I got you.
Cue him up. Every man. So y'all who don't know Every Man comes from the Captain America series. He first appeared in Captain America number 267, March 1988. He was written and created by Mike Zeck and J.M. Demanti. He was Every Man was name is Larry Eckel. He was the son of Milton Eckel, who was a hard-working lower class man. You know, never giving up on the American dream. One of the things about Larry is that he decided that the American dream was a scam, and he intended to take up the cause of the common man and to start a revolution to go against the government because he felt like the government didn't have the common man best interest at heart. So he started going at his main focus was to show the people that the government was bad. The only thing I didn't like is that he did plan to assassinate Captain America because he considered himself as the defender of the people, not Captain America. He felt like Captain America was just pushing the government's agenda. So that was one of the reasons why I feel like he was justified in what he was doing, but he was going about it the wrong way. Now one thing about him, he didn't have like a bunch of abilities like that. But he did use the sword. The only abilities he had was shape shifting and invisibility, but he did use the sword like a fencing sword. And one of the notable things about him in the comics is when him and Captain America fought in front of the Statue of Liberty, and he lost, and he ended up taking one of his own people hostage because he was losing. He also got into a fight with Reed Richards of the fan. Well, Reed Richards actually had his back and was felt like he was the reason that Larry did what he did because Larry's dad Milton worked for Reed Richards, and Reed was supposed to actually be watching out for Larry for Every Man, but he didn't, and that's kind of why he transformed into the person that he was. What do you think about Every Man?
Okay, Mac. Okay, Mac. Starting already. Starting
What you
already.
got?
He was not justified, bro. Bro, he took it out on society because of the death of his father.
That ain't where he started.
Yeah, it sparked from. Yeah, but that doesn't mean he was right. He was not right for that, bro.
Because of the government.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the government, but I don't.
That was his main focus, is because he felt like the government was.
He was supposed to be man of the people.
Yes, he was, but was. That was his point. He was the man of the people.
He was actually leading the people astray, man. This was one of your worst picks out of all your picks. I think that this was a bad pick. You can argue with all the other people. You know that. You know that better than. And one thing I know about you, you know comedy.
Well, the reason I grabbed, I was gonna pick somebody else when you told me Derek wasn't gonna be her, so I was gonna take somebody off his list.
I know you was gonna probably take Galactus.
You know I was. You know I was.
Which actually, he probably
that's who I wanted to take. But I didn't know until you told me. We really didn't know until the very last minute if he was gonna be here or not.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why I didn't grab him. I really, really wanted to take Galactus. This was a last minute pick. I know this is a bad pick. I wanted Galactus, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This was a terrible pick. But in moments it was his whole situation.
Thank you. Shout out to your man.
I told you he wasn't on my side. He here to support the show.
Yo, yeah. See, now I know you a real one. Now I know you a real one, champ. I came up with my mans anyway, so I know you.
But we do got an argument later. We're gonna have a major argument later.
I know Mac gonna come for me. Mac gonna be spiteful just because I came at him for this.
No.
He gonna look for Andy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Why?
Before the show, I already told him he got a pick on his list that is not.
We'll see. You got Galactus. See,
I give you that. You know what? I still think Galactus should be my pick. If y'all want, I'll talk Galactus because I do think Galactus is a better pick. Do you got Galactus?
I don't got Galactus, but that was Derek's game. That was Derek Gaines' pick, so you cheating right now. Keep every man. Keep every man.
I'm gonna keep every man. So that we're gonna put an A. So you know what? I agree with you. We're gonna put an X on it. He wasn't justified. Okay. So that's one of mine not justified.
That's how I know you in the dope.
Yeah, I can agree with you. He's not justified. So let's go to your first pick.
Before I go, salute. He said, "Go ahead, speak on Galactus, Mac."
No,
only thing I will let Mac do is bring up his backstory. That's it. He can't.
I'm not speaking.
All right.
He's not here. Go to your number first.
Salute to Derek Gaines being in the house. I know he ain't. Salute to Stay Ready's bro that he grew up with. And salute to Tay Brown. And this was Mac's honorable mention because we found out that Derek wasn't going to be on the show.
Yeah,
found out Derek wasn't going to be on the show. So now, I guess I'm going to have to bring up my honorable mention. Tay, make sure you hear. And you better be proud of me. My honorable mention is Superboy Prime. Superboy Prime. Now, Superboy Prime had a similar backstory. He's from Earth Prime. He had a similar backstory, just like Superman. Krypton was basically gonna end up in a solar flare with the Red Sun, and basically his dad, Jor-El, had to teleport him. He didn't get flown in a spaceship in this version. He got teleported to Earth. He didn't get teleported to Kansas, Smallville. This time he got teleported. He with them folk. He went to New England. Matt went to New England this time.
Mm-hmm.
So with that happening, Naomi and I think his name was Kenny Kent. They raised Clark, because that's a sensible thing to do. Find a baby, and you both can't have kids. One of y'all is the reason why one of y'all can't get pregnant and have a kid. So they took the kid and they adopted him. And basically, he didn't have any powers. because of the solar radiation of the sun, like our Clark Kent had. They named him Clark Kent, and basically, one day a comet hits, and the dimension opens, and the Superman from Earth 1 he finds, and it causes a whole gravitational pull and drift. Plus the comet, it leads basically Superboy Prime into getting his powers. So basically, he's overpowered, and his Earth ends up dying. He goes on adventures with Superman from the first Earth, and basically his planet ends up basically, perishing. And that is the reason why he ends up becoming a bad guy, because he feels like his Earth was the perfect Earth, but he saved another Earth in sacrifice of his Earth, and he regrets it, and he feels like, because he sees how the superheroes move, he feels as though he's justified because he sacrificed his Earth to save another Earth, and he ultimately ends up regretting it. So if you ask me, I feel as though he's definitely justified more than everything, man.
So,
Boy Prime.
I'm gonna tell you where I disagree with you at.
Oh my God! See, and he know I'm right, Where your man's at? And he know I'm right.
Hold on, wait, time out. You didn't even let me tell you why I thought you was wrong.
Rebuttal. Go ahead.
Hold on.
Let's go, Bob.
Why didn't you mention that he was jealous of Connor?
He was jealous of Connor.
And he was jealous of
Connor.
Hold on. He was jealous of Connor. And when he became jealous, he thought Connor was living a better life than him. And that was part of the reason that he started acting a fool.
That was part of the reason. It wasn't the whole reason. It wasn't the whole reason.
Hold on. So you telling me jealousy makes him justified?
That Earth in replace of his Earth and Earth Prime.
So jealousy makes him justified.
It makes him justified because he put it all on the line and sacrificed his Earth. He sacrificed. Your man's everything, man. He didn't sacrifice. He didn't sacrifice anything.
But that doesn't give him justification to become evil, bro.
It does give him justification to become evil,
but,
because
those
heroes on his Earth wasn't doing their due diligence. They wasn't willing to put it all on the line like Superboy Prime was.
So he couldn't let go of his former life. He
couldn't know, man, because they're not appreciative to their Earth. And I sacrificed my Earth.
Did he sacrifice his Earth, or did he just leave his Earth?
He sacrificed his Earth because he could have stayed.
And what was he gonna do if he stayed?
He could have. Well, he had to fight off the Anti-Monitor, because the Anti-Monitor was getting ready to destroy every reality. Reality. So he had to. So to me, that took a lot of courage, man. That took a lot of courage.
I wish y'all would stop putting Thanos on y'all list. Thanos is not justified.
Thanos was not right. Yeah, we both agreed on that.
Thanos in the movie, Thanos is justified. In the comic books, Thanos was stealing because he was in love with Lady Death. Come on, man. He was trying to get Lady Death all the way up to the Cosmic Ghost Rider comic. He even fought his old young Thanos, fought old Thanos to still try to prove his love for Lady Death. Take Thanos.
Yeah. Facts.
Come on, y'all gotta stop with Thanos. I do agree with Raja Ghul though.
Yeah, you wanted to put him on there, but
I did want to put Raja Ghul on my list.
Raja Ghul was a good pick.
Yeah, but I still, bro. I don't think jealousy justifies you, but it wasn't. I understand.
Stop acting like the whole story because he went to go save the other Earth.
I understand the whole picture. Yeah, he did go to save the other Earth, and I understand the whole picture. But he was jealousy. That jealousy caused him to join the Sinestro Corps. It caused him to join the Legion.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He became a Black Lantern.
Yeah, he joined the Legion of
Yep.
Doom.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
I don't see it. I can't give you.
It's more justified than Mr. Everyman.
I give you
Everyman.
that. They both.
Queen. Don't listen to Mac. That's not the reason. That's not the main reason. The main reason is what I said. The main reason is because he saved the Earth. Mac is just trying to delude you into believing that. The main reason is because he sacrificed his Earth for another Earth, and he felt like they was ungrateful once he started seeing how the superheroes started moving.
Tell him Queen jealousy is never certified.
Do you know what I mean? You see how he tried to spin that? He tried to do a Cadillac red on
I didn't spin it. I told her, hold on. Did I spin it or did I tell the truth?
No, he was jealous of him, but that wasn't the reason why he turned evil. That was not the reason that he turned evil. He turned evil because he didn't like how the superheroes moved on that side. And he sacrificed his Earth to save those heroes.
Hold on.
So he's justified.
Who was that took him to prison the first time before he joined the Sinestro Corps? The Sinestro Corps broke him out.
I know the Guardians came and beat him.
I know he joined.
It might have been. Oh no! It was the Flash. It was the Flash. Nah, it was the Flash. It was Bart. It was the Flash grandson.
Sinestro got him out, and he joined Sinestro Corps.
And that's why he has this suit on, because he has he was able to break out of the Speed Force, and he took some of the Anti-Monitor's technology and was able to apply it to his suit. And he's also not weakened by kryptonite.
No, only the red sun. Only weakened by the red sun.
Only by the red sun atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
He's not weakened by magic like the regular Superman. So he's kind of overpowered, if you think about it. So I feel like he's justified. He sacrificed something and people weren't appreciating.
Right, hot stuff that make people say rewind that.
No, that wasn't hot. That was
yeah.
I'm gonna put an X on your pick.
Nah, you can't put an X on my pick. The people, come on, man.
Let's ask the people. Hey, hold on.
All right, y'all in the chat, what y'all think?
Do y'all think Superboy Prime was justified? I know you love Superman, Tay, but was Superboy Prime justified? Y'all, I want the chat involvement. Was he justified? First 5 comments.
We'll move on after. I just want to see a couple.
Okay.
Thank you, D-Man. Come on. And you know D-Man always troll me. Thank you, D-Man. Thank you, bro.
We make it look easy.
Thank you, D-Man. I think he was justified.
Derek said nope.
Yeah, he hates Superman though.
So that's one.
That's one.
Derek.
Derek is biased. He hates Superman. It wasn't because of jealousy.
Queen is too.
No, she's not. Queen is going up and no, that's not the reason. I'm telling you the reason. You letting the Gemini warp your mind. You letting Big Bad Harvey warp your mind. You letting, come on, don't let Harvey.
It's still 2-1. It's still 2-1.
It's not 2-1.
Pooh Man said Joker was just Joker.
Yo, Pooh Man, was he just?
Hey,
if
we do talk about the original Joker and how he was doing it to feed his family before he fell into the chemical, then yeah, I'd say he was justified. But after he turned into the Joker, he wasn't justified no more. He was straight villain. Ain't nothing about what Joker did was justified. Before he fell into the chemical,
she said, "See, hey, all right, so it's 2-2. Whatever, let's go to yours. It's 2-2 because they said okay.
Man, go and pull up Dr. Ock, man.
Okay. Oh yeah, we gonna talk. Yeah, we got to talk about this one. Like I said, Mac, I did all my homework, man.
You don't think Dr. Ock was justified?
No, he wasn't. He
Why
really
not?
wasn't. He killed his own mom. He made his own mom had a heart attack. But go ahead. Give the background story, please. Go ahead.
Hey, Dr. Otto Octavius, man.
That's why he laughing, because he know I know. He know he can't play this game with me.
But that
He
was
can play this with somebody else in the
but
community. He
but
can't
that
play
was
this with
he
me.
killed his mom later. We talking about
All
original.
right, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, man. Dr. Ock, he was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Y'all know Steve Ditko and Stan Lee. We talk about them a lot. They legends. Dr. Ock appeared in Amazing Spider-Man #3, July 1963, man. He was a highly intelligent scientist that went mad. His extensions, the four arms on his back, actually warped his brain and made him who he is. The tentacles, I say the tentacles, the extensions on his body. They're the reason that he ended up going mad. They started controlling him. But the whole part of the reason he even have those extensions. This is the crazy part. The movie actually got it right, and that's out of all of the movies that Marvel done did, they actually got that right. He was trying to.
Agreed. I agree with that.
Like this is one of the only ones. I mean, talking about they got it right to the T. He was trying to sustain clean energy, and he needed those arms to help sustain that clean energy. And the whole part of why I say he was justified is because if he'd have succeeded into making that clean energy, the whole world wouldn't have to pay for energy. Like that was infinite energy that he was creating, and the whole thing, like he was robbing and doing all that, but all of that was just so he could still try to create what he was doing before he went mad. He just was mad and was just so caught up in trying to finish his project. Like that was his whole mind frame. I'm going to finish this project because he was trying to better. He was literally trying to better the world on his project. Like he act right. He killed his mother. But I'm gonna tell you something. He didn't kill his mama until later. Like way later. It didn't happen.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. So what happened was he was kind of bullied and teased. His dad even used to verbally abuse him.
Yeah.
And he actually became a scientist. He met this girl, and his mom accused him of being about to abandon her because Doc Ock wanted to marry this girl.
Yes, he did.
And his mom made him basically turn her down because she didn't want to be abandoned. And he found out that his mom was sneaking out at night because of a dude that she liked. So he confronted her, and he got her so excited that she fell into a heart attack because he was just barking and screaming on her. So this is a man that killed his mom. This is a man that had mad dreams. Yeah, it was clean energy that he wanted and stuff like that. I'll say he's more justified than everything, man. But I don't think he was justified, man. Because I think he had his own inward goal.
Since you want to bring up later comic book issues, I'm gonna say this. Dr. Ock also became Superior Spider-Man, and I know a lot of y'all don't.
Yeah. That was a great.
He actually was a superhero at one point, and he was out here saving the world. The only difference between him and the other one, when he became Spider-Man, he actually realized how strong Spider-Man was because he was actually killing villains. He didn't know how strong Spider-Man was. He was like, Spider-Man had all this power. He could have killed me.
Yeah.
He actually started getting respect from.
But he did. He took off one person's jaw.
I said that.
He took off. When he realized how strong Spider-Man was.
Yeah, I said that though. I said he killed.
Oh, here your man's going in. Yo, man, you know
he
what?
Said we sympathize with the dude. I'm sorry. He was trying to create clean energy.
One for JJ.
If you ever want to join the panel, bro, I'm gonna do an open panel one day. If you ever want to join the panel, you good with me, bro. You good with me. You are good. This is an intelligent man right here.
Hey, I was literally on the phone with him when you called, and he's like, "Man, we nerds." I know, man. But look, even when he was Superior Spider-Man, man, he was saving the world. He actually started helping Spider-Man after that. When he gave Spider-Man his body back, and he started helping Spider-Man after that.
So he was the anti-hero. I thought we was talking about
No,
villains.
I said he ended up becoming it late now, like in the comics now. He's an anti-hero, but he was a villain back then. I went with him because, like I said, the things that he was trying to do, he was really trying to create. He was focused on his project, the clean energy. That's all he was focused on the entire time. He didn't care who he had to go through to get it. He was going.
But Mac, once that explosion happened, all of that changed, brother. All of that changed, so he wasn't justified. He wasn't justified after that explosion. Yeah, you tried to do the clean energy thing, and then that accident happened, and then you started going crazy. Started making the club go out of control. You know what I'm saying? So
no, Green Goblin ain't justified, Chip. I cannot.
Yeah. Green Goblin ain't justified.
Hey, no.
I actually I agree with Mac. I think
Doc
Ock is more justified than him if we gonna do that.
Way more.
Goblin, yeah, way more.
Green Goblin.
I don't think Doc Ock is justified. So.
Green Goblin is straight evil.
This is fun though.
But this is why they're at the bottom of my list too. I put the least. I'm doing the least justified first.
Yes,
Who you got?
Zenu. The first Incredible Hulk.
So you went with him first?
Yeah, because I think these other dudes that I have on my list, I have stronger points. But
so you know.
Now hold on. So what happens? I'm gonna do the adaptation where he is in the She-Hulk comic. She had her first solo series in 1984. It's either 88 or 84. I don't remember the year. And it's sometime in the 80s. Just know that. And basically, a ship is about to crash. Gets orbited into the sky. I'm sorry. And Reed Richards tells Jennifer Walters, who's the first cousin of Bruce Banner on his dad's side. You know, I like to go into detail because I know y'all be wanting to know how are they related. Y'all want to know who Peter Parker related to, Aunt May or Uncle Benny related to Uncle Ben. So basically, Reed turns into like a balloon and she jumps and catapults off him so that she can catch the ship. And what ends up happening is she ends up being on a whole nother world or whatever. And Zenu basically is hidden in the ship after she discovers this planet. And he has very powerful hypnosis that he can conduct on you. So during his hypnosis, he kind of captures Jennifer, or She-Hulk, and he puts her under a spell to where he looks like a knight in shining armor. And basically, he's trying to alternate her genetic DNA because Zenu planet is destroyed. So he basically wants to bring back his planet or his people. So he wants to turn her just like him, has the same type of DNA as him, so that he could basically bring back his home planet, start repopulating with She-Hulk. He turns She-Hulk basically into a green Zenu so that he could try to start repopulating to bring his planet back. So I feel like Zenu is definitely justified because this is a man that's heartbroken, that lost his planet. And you know, he wants his planet back. He misses his planet. You see a theme here with me. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you something.
Go ahead, Mac. I'm gonna give you the floor. Hold it down for me.
Yeah, you got to give me a whole floor because I'm finna.
Go ahead.
Let me start. Number one, why he is not justified. see, Act. Let me tell y'all how cold Act is. Act went specifically like he surpassed all the other comics and went straight to the She-Hulk comic. I'm talking decades later. He forgot the. Let's talk about the first Zemu was the Hulk before the Hulk was ever created. Zemu was a convict that escaped his planet. He snuck past guards, escaped his planet, stole a supply ship, and landed on Earth. He crashed in a swamp. The electrician. I know if y'all don't know who the electrician is Joe Harper. The electrician saved him and revived him. When he revived him, he told him that he was a convict and then hypnotized him and his plan was to take over Earth and populate Earth with his help, with his kids. That's what he wanted to do. He was going to bring his planet to Earth. He was a convict. How was he justified?
You talking about the first version from the 60s?
That is
you
the
talking
version.
about the first version.
I don't.
It's still 616, but this was the whole. The
talking about
that I'm bringing up is the later version.
I'm bringing up.
I'm the later version. I'm talking about She-Hulk. When She-Hulk had her own soul series.
I know. I get it. I can't bring him up without bringing up the original invitation.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to do that in the original. He was just trying to get back.
He was a fool, a convict. He was already killing. He was killing people on his own planet.
He wanted to bring his planet back, though, man.
He was killing people on his own planet. That's why he was a convict.
Yeah.
So how
said, convict on hell no. Queen, don't stop that.
I told you that over the phone. I don't know how many times. He's not justified. He was a killer.
Justified.
He was not justified. He was a killer.
He's justified as far as wanting to bring his planet back.
That was
I didn't say his crime. We not talk about the crimes he committed. He said, "Let me try to tell you how cold Ack is." You see how he do me? He trying to make it seem like I'm a school doctor like him.
He broke out of hell, stole a ship to crash landed on Earth.
Yeah, that was the first. I'm talking about the adaptation from 1988. I'm talking about in that She-Hulk solo series.
I know, but think about how
in that She-Hulk solo series, he was justified. He was justified. He was trying to put. That one was like 1960. Yo, he was like.
I went to 1963, the first.
Yeah, 1963.
I went to the original
around there.
Yeah,
I ain't going with the original. I literally told you which adaptation I was explaining. You trying to spin the people.
I'm not trying to spin the people. You spent the story.
I didn't spin the story. That was the story that I adopted. I said I'm going from the adaptation of She-Hulk solo series. 1980 something.
I get it.
That's like damn near 20 something span.
20 years later. But when we talking about, when I bring up a character, I'm bringing up the character in his totality. I'm not just leaving off anything from the start to the finish. In that She-Hulk series, it was decades later.
Decades later. That's why it was a whole nother version. Whole nother version, bro. And you over here
hating. Still the same Zemo. It's still Zemo is Zemo.
Nah, but I think he might have left out real quick when it got to mine. Hold on.
Are we talking about Zemo? Didi? We talking about Zemo, the very first Hulk. And I don't think he's justified. I don't.
He wants to bring his planet back, so he's not justified, man.
He wanted to bring his planet back, bro. He was a convict, and he crash landed in Earth. He had his planet at that time. When the She-Hulk comic came out, they rewrote his story. They rewrote his story to fit She-Hulk because he wanted to use She-Hulk.
Yeah, they wanted to give her own solo series.
Yeah,
right.
They was doing that specifically for She-Hulk. His original Zemo, the original storyline, bro. When I told you when you first mentioned it, I'm like, nah, I can't.
Yeah, but I told you I wasn't going off of that. I told you that, but you still want to bring that up to try to argue with me, just to argue with me, and it's the holidays.
Anytime I get here, I don't. You know what? I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I never liked the She-Hulk comics. That was the dumb.
Nobody else did either. That's why it was short lived.
Yeah, She-Hulk creation was so stupid. If y'all knew the Hulk, how y'all give her a blood transfusion, bro?
Because she was about to die, because she convicted somebody. One of the criminals that she convicted hired an assassin, shot her. Bruce happened to be there visiting her, because that's his first cousin.
Oh, I know, but my point is,
and he gave her blood transfusion. I don't understand. I would have did the same thing.
Point.
I would have did the same thing.
That's my point. Bruce know he can't give nobody his blood. You telling me they?
I mean, right now, when it came to that point, he didn't have no choice. They was in the middle of nowhere. What was he supposed to do? Let his cousin die?
To me, it's other people there that could have gave blood.
See, y'all talk about Southern hospitality. That's crazy.
Yeah, Southern hospitality. If you know your blood is poisonous, you can make
it ain't poisonous because it saved her. She alive.
For one person.
Oh my God, Queen. I'm begging the captain.
Look, Queen, agree with me. Queen, agree with me because you know, bro, how she was even created. How they even created She-Hulk.
Let her pass.
I just didn't like how they even created She-Hulk. Was like, bro, Bruce knew his blood was contaminated and he can't just do that.
Yeah, but he didn't have nowhere else to go. He was in the middle of nowhere. He had to save his first cousin. That was his dad, sister.
No, I get. Hold on. I get mindset. I gotta save my dad's sister.
Right now, like you're expecting a third cousin.
But hold on. If you know your blood is contaminated and it's a possibility that this can kill her and not help her, why would you give her your blood? It's a possibility that this would kill her off.
She said, was there other?
This is radiation. The Hulk is created from radiation. And you mean to tell me this radiation is going to save her?
No, then again, they related, so possibly she would be able to withstand whatever that came with, because that's somebody that's his kin. That's kinfolk. Like you like to say kinfolk. That's kinfolk.
Yeah, it is kinfolk, but David Banner actually did experiments on Bruce Banner. The reason why he was able to turn into the Hulk.
Yeah, don't go off of that. Don't go off of that adaptation. I don't like that one. Please don't.
I'm not. But it was just. It sounded good though.
I feel like you disrespecting me right now.
No, I'm not.
All right, go ahead.
I still don't like this. So Sandman, man. Let's go with Flint Marco, bro.
All right.
With that.
Where you at? Yeah.
Y'all know
William
Baker, Flint Marco, man. I gotta go with my boy. This is actually one of my favorite villains too, by the way. He also was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. They created most of Spider-Man villains. But Flint Marco was a Sandman, first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man number 4 in 1963, September 1963. Created, like I mentioned, created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. The Sandman, it's weird. He was a villain, but one of the things let me give y'all a backstory. He was Flint Marco from Queens. His dad abandoned him, his mom abandoned him. He spent his early years in foster care. He lost himself. What was it? An experiment with sand and I forgot the experiment. We talked about this whole thing before too. What did we do? Sandman versus Clayface?
Nah, we didn't do. We never did it. We talked.
No, we did Sandman versus.
There was somebody. Oh yeah. Wait, did
me and Derek did.
Y'all did. Y'all did. It was a versus. I'm sorry. It was you and Derek Gaines. Derek Gaines.
Yeah, me and Derek. I remember. But Flint Marco was William Baker. He was a high school football player. He ended up getting mixed up with the mob fixing football games. That's where it started. His crime started. But the reason I'm saying that he was justified is because he started doing his bigger crimes and stuff like that is when his daughter got sick. And his daughter had cancer. So he was robbing banks and stuff like that to pay for his daughter's treatment. That's why I said he was more justified. He ended up becoming, after all of that, and after he served his time, he ended up becoming an anti-hero. And he actually joined he joined, what was it, he joined one of the superhero teams, the Outlaws, the Enforcers, Avengers. He did join the Avengers in one storyline, but he ended up becoming an anti-hero. He he was really focused on
Spider sense is tingling.
he was really focused on trying to save his daughter from cancer. So he was robbing banks and things like that to save his daughter. That's why I think he was justified. And
Hold on, my bad. I'll let this one slide. I'll let this one slide.
you agree with me?
Getting
On that
of this daughter. See, I'm not a hater like Mac. I'm not gonna not do the real thing and give somebody credit.
one. I will give you credit, but I told you, bro. This is what said. This is why we said we was gonna argue when you picked that one. Cause I did.
That's why I put /debate on this one.
Yeah, because that one right there, I just can't. As soon as you said,
I'll let this one slide. But every other one, just know I had smoke for them. My people, I actually gave a good reason.
Hold on. My next one, you gonna like. You're not gonna disagree.
We'll see. I don't disagree so much on this one because even though at first it started off, he was a weirdo. You know, he had a crush on his teacher. He was dating somebody. Then he found out that his girl was cheating, and that whole accident happened with him and stuff like that. You know, but like I said, I won't.
Experiment.
Yeah. So, I'm not gonna get at you on this one because he ended up starting to do everything for his daughter. And yeah, Queen, we did talk about him before because Mac did a versus, and we got to bring versus back somehow.
Yeah, we did a versus with him and Clayface, and I won. Derek don't think I did. I don't know how Derek think he won that, but you know, hey.
Excuse me. I was trying to figure out how you throw it. I don't think you can be in the app to do the poll. You got to be outside of the app. Gotta be like active.
You can do a poll in here, or you can do the poll on the community. You can do either or.
I like to do it after everything is all said and done. So all the verses, I'm gonna start doing it after each verse. Right after the show, I'm gonna have the poll up, and then y'all can vote. So we'll do it that way. But yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. Atrocities. Astros. Red Lantern.
Rage.
Basically, rage. Yeah, on the color spectrum. The red simplifies rage. If y'all know, orange is greed. Got indigo, which is love. Blue is hope. Green is willpower. Yellow is fear. White is life. Black is being unalived. I'll try to put it, but anyway, basically his story starts off on an unknown planet where before there were Green Lanterns, there were creatures called the Manhunters that the Guardians created. And the Guardians created these Manhunters to eliminate any, criminal activity, basically. And the Manhunters ended up destroying Atrocitus's home world and his family, he had a wife and a wife and child, and he always plotted revenge on the Guardians because of this. So what ended up happening is he ends up learning different facts about different entities in the color spectrum, and he finds a red power battery, and then eventually a red central power battery, which makes him become a Red Lantern. Now, Red Lanterns, it symbolifies rage, so you have to be mad as hell, and that ring will latch on to you. And the only bad part about being a Red Lantern is when that ring latches onto you, the only way it could get removed without you dying, you have to have a Blue Lantern to remove it. And Blue Lanterns is very rare, so good luck. So I feel like Atrocitus is justified for his actions because of what the Guardians did to his home world and his wife and daughter.
I'm not mad at your pick. The only thing is his, Red running his rage. He was upset about the whole thing. Which
You upset about a lot of things, but do we say anything?
No. Hear me out though. Hear me out. I'm not disagreeing with you, bro. I'm just saying, you know how most of the time when we get upset, we let our anger carry us, and I think that's the only thing that I hated about him. I actually like his character, the development and the storyline behind him. I actually like the Trotsky. I do. It was just that all of that. It was kind of the same thing that happened with what's my boy from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Not Dax.
Dax the Destroyer. You know, Dax the Destroyer was before he joined the Guardians. He was a villain.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it's kind of the same. It was the same thing. It was that rage was fueling him, and that's kind of where he goes. And it's like anything in his past, he destroying. He don't care. He's at that point to where he just don't care, and that's why. But other than that, I do agree with you. It's like, what can you do at that point? I'm just upset, and either I'm gonna die or you gonna die.
And he was so depressed.
Yep.
He was so depressed when his baby girl and his wife died. He was so depressed. He didn't even want to live no more. He wanted to go away with the rest of his planet. They was like, nah, Trotsky, we're going to get back. We're going to remake it. You know what I mean? If you read that comic was so good, man. So good. I got to read that. And he bounced back. You would have never thought he was a broken man.
Not from the way they portrayed him in the beginning.
No, but yeah, definitely think Atrocitus was justified. In my opinion, I think Atrocitus was justified.
You gonna agree with my next pick too?
All right, let's go.
Go with Dr. Pamela.
Moving pretty good. We setting a good pace.
Yeah, go with Dr. Pamela Ives.
Yeah.
Dr. Pamela Ives. Y'all know her as Poison
Ivy.
Ivy.
His best pick. Because I can't really argue with her.
You can't. You're a Batman fan too.
Go ahead.
So, look, DC comic. She was a botanical doctor, botanist. She was a botanist. That's what it's called, botanist. And she first appeared in Batman 181, 1966. Poison Ivy was she was how can I say she was real into nature. She loved flowers, she loved nature, she loved the earth, and she was considered extremely beautiful. She was a beautiful woman. Had She was in love with Batman too, and she had all the dudes falling for her. But she was extremely beautiful. She was a temptress, but one of the reasons why I think she was justified is because she felt that we were killing the earth. We were killing the earth, flowers, the plants, and she actually felt the pain of the flowers, the vines, everything that we was cutting down and killing. Like she felt the pain for it, and she felt like she had to defend Mother Nature. So she became. That's how she became Poison Ivy, to defend the defenseless nature of the world, and she truly believed it was her cause. So that was her. That was why she did what she did. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a nature person. I love nature, but I'm not one of them people that's ride or die, man, littering out. But I do agree that with her, I even agree with her stance that somebody should, you know, protect what's giving us life.
Oh shoot, my bad, Josie. I ain't know you was
You don't agree with me, D-Man?
Nah, I think he was talking about my
atrocity.
He can't say that. Because the minute if something happened to his baby girls or something like that, God forbid, D-Man. So hopefully he was talking about you.
I hope he was talking about me. Hey, Queen, I agree these tree huggers can be unreasonable, but don't they have a right to do that?
Talk to him, Queen. Let me find out Queen disagreeing with Matt.
Hold on, but don't they got a right? We have a right to protest? Like, give me this.
Batman ain't out here being a whoremonger. He didn't even like her. She had to put him under
put him under a spell
and stuff like that. In the Long Halloween, she did the best job at any time she ever did.
Hey. And we talked about the Long Halloween, but man, y'all can't.
Batman actually ain't really like that. It's only a few women that get to him. Catwoman is one of them.
So you mean to tell me that because you think she's
probably Vicky Vale,
she wasn't justified?
No, I'm not saying now.
I'm talking about Queen. I'm talking about Queen. I need to hear this from Queen. Queen says tree huggers can be unreasonable. Hold on, Queen. You say they're not more important than humans, but if you look at it, God created everything.
You know what's crazy? Harley Quinn said that to her. Go ahead.
So let me ask you this: if God created all of this, who's to say we more important than everything God created? Because He created everything on this planet, everything. So how can we say we above anything else? We are the king of the dominion, but we not above everything. Everything is here to give us life. Everything that's on this planet is here to give us life that He created. The trees. If it wasn't for the trees and the plants, the carbon dioxide that we breathe out our body won't be turned back into oxygen. So, yeah. We steady cutting them down. That's depleting our oxygen.
Yes, sir.
Y'all give me the rebuttal. D-Man, who you agree with? You agreeing with me or Queen?
I don't know if he was talking about my last one.
I don't know who
last one with atrocities. I don't give a damn. I know D-Man. I'm gonna keep it real. That's a bold-faced lie. He agreed with atrocities. If them manhunters would have came for his family, D-Man would have been a Red Lantern.
Hold on, you right.
And that rage would have took over D-Man. It wouldn't have been no hope.
God gave man
everything.
He didn't say take down everything.
Look at Queen giving her little argument.
Yeah,
Queen didn't do it all the way wrong.
He gave
I
us
agree
dominion
with
over
that.
everything. He didn't
Queen
say
ain't wrong
everything.
because
Did
she was willing to sacrifice humans for the plans.
But
And
hold on, God
basically,
gave us you Muslim. He gave us dominion over everything.
that's the truth.
But he didn't tell us to kill everything.
He did. He sure did. But I agree with Queen on the same aspect. She's willing to sacrifice human life for plans.
But what she justifies in her cause, though.
I do think that you got to preserve the earth. I do think you got to preserve the earth for it to keep going as long as it's possible. You know, so
Without the plants, you can't survive. That's right. So you kill a couple of meatheads to save a few trees, so you can live on for a couple of years. Because once you get rid of the trees and all that, we no more. We are no more.
that's true. You need oxygen to breathe.
So come on.
It's
I agree.
Look. She said, "I agree," but that applies to her too. That's a fact.
That's a fact. I get it.
Because she don't have no concern for
That's
humans.
why she's a villain. We said when she's justified. So you agree that she's justified. She just can't keep killing, but that's what makes her a villain. There we go. What you got next, Zach?
Yeah, this is kind of hard because I didn't really have it in no order. I'm gonna go to Loki Lawface.
And you know this is one of my favorite villains too.
So basically what happens is there's a war that breaks out with Odin and his father Bor, who's the king at the time. And I'm going to the original story. And Bor ends up getting turned into ice and melting away. And when he melts away, automatically Odin isn't ready to get revenge right away. And he gets a prophecy saying that in the next war he has to take a child from the rivals, basically amongst them. And he ends up going into another ice giant war, and he comes across Larfe, who's Loki's father, and basically he ends up unaliving Larfe and finds a dwarf-sized giant who's a kid who's Loki at the time, and he has to take Loki in. It's not Loki that chose to be with Odin. You got to think about this. He got taken in all because of a prophecy. That my earpod fell off. He got taken in because of a prophecy, because of his dad Bor. So basically, this is Larfe's son who just got unalived by Odin, and Far Bounty, who's his mother, and basically he's forced to grow up with the man that unalived his father and basically cripples the giants' numbers, the frost giants' numbers, and Loki just has to deal with that. Yes, he does grow up besides Thor at the time. Thor and him are around the same age, and he's raised with Thor, and he is ultimately a bit jealous of Thor, but that's not his motive. His motive is the fact that he feels like he's not understood. He's not really understood, and I think that he always deep in his heart held resentment towards Odin for taking out his father. So I feel as though Loki is slightly justified because the numbers of the Frost Giant dwindled because of him, and he took out his father, and it also made his mother for bounty a widow. So I feel as though Loki is very justified in that aspect. Not maybe so much when it comes to Thor, but when it comes to the whole Asgard as a whole, because of things that transpired when he was very young. Go ahead, man.
I don't have nothing against that. He even if you go with the original Loki, Loki really just wanted to be seen by his father.
Oh, look, man.
Huh?
So Mac was a scientist. Mac worked for NASA. No, let me see.
Derek is actually wrong. The ocean don't produce more oxygen than trees. No, it doesn't. The ocean is H2O. The ocean produces more hydrogen, and that comes from the volcanic. It comes from the volcanic activities under the water that actually heats up the ocean to where it releases those bubbles and it produces more hydrogen than oxygen. The grass, all the vegetation produce more oxygen than anything else on this planet because you're breathing carbon dioxide is feeded by those trees, and it actually releases oxygen into the atmosphere. And if you don't believe me, you can actually go into chemistry. I'm taking chemistry right now, but yeah, you can go into chemistry. It's a whole nother thing. Yeah, it produces more hydrogen, but that's another story. We're going back to Loki. With Loki, even if you go back to the original story, I agree with you because even when Loki was being just mischievous and everything, he was actually trying to do it because he wanted to feel love from Odin. He wanted to be recognized because he felt like Odin didn't. All he saw was Thor, and all he did was Thor to be his successor. That's fine. We ain't gotta agree. I'm just giving you facts that I learned in class. I am currently in school to become an engineer. That's all. It is what it is. But
salute to my bro, Eric Jordan, man.
Let's go, Bob.
You came to class late, Eric Jordan. No, stop.
Yeah.
Jimmy Bernard.
One for JJ.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, we're gonna move on. Mac, what you got next? I appreciate you, Jimmy Bernard, man. You really be appreciating this content, man. Jimmy Bernard was like, we doing great content right now. Man. Y'all make sure y'all share and smash the like buttons, man. If y'all can share it, share it.
Please do. V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta.
We gotta talk about this one.
Did you do your homework?
Yeah, I sure did.
I hope you did. So it's a lot to it. But all right. V for Vendetta. And why did you bring the movie picture into it? I didn't want the movie.
I'm gonna keep it. It's a movie and a comic picture.
The movie was first, though. I mean, the comic was first.
Comic was first.
Yeah, the comic came out in 1983, the year I was born. DC. It's a DC Black comic. And just so y'all know, this comic was written. It was written by a British graphic novel. Alan Moore and David Lloyd did the illustrations. It was actually published by DC Black Label, so it was under the DC comic. So this storyline, they only made 10 comics. It was only 10 comics. It was a quick storyline. It was focused on New England back in the 80s. What was going on in England in the 80s is actually what this comic kind of was written about, and it was written about a revolution back then. And during this revolution, you had, not the revolution. The main thing about it was that you had I can't think of the people or whoever they lost the election. The government, it was a government. They had a bunch. They lost the election in 1983, which sparked. I can't even think his name. The guy fought mask. I'm gonna say anonymous. The mask keyword is actually what anonymous uses to this day for.
There's two, one open, one closed. Go ahead.
Yeah, one open, one closed. The anonymous mask. So he actually escaped from prison. He wanted to get the people that caught him, but his whole thing was to get back at a fascist government. And we all know fascism is terrible. So one of the reasons why I say he was justified is because he wanted to get back at this fascist society. And like one of the comments that he made is he just really he didn't want to tell people how to think. He just wanted people to think. That was one of his analogies. He wanted to wake the world up. This was the biggest part of him waking the world up. He was an anarchist, and they tortured him. They tortured him, and in this government that he was a part of, if you didn't follow how they went, they murder you, they torture you, they did things like that. And he was trying to get people to rise up to go against the government for all of the crimes that the government was actually committing. Did you research that part with what the government was doing to people?
Basically, yeah, I
I'm talking about you.
Yeah, I researched.
He did have a protege with Evie Harmon. He was a lady of the night.
Yeah,
I can't,
that was played by Natalie Portman.
In the movie, but she wasn't 16 in the movie. She was 16 in the comic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she was a lady of the night.
The government kidnapped him.
And and that's
called V5.
Yeah, they kidnapped her, they enslaved her, and he wanted to make her his protege. Huh?
Now I said V is the Roman numeral for 5. Yes. They want to know why he picked V. And the mask is basically, his face is basically King Fox, who was king. That got killed in 1605.
Yep.
The real figure. Real life. So yeah, I did my homework.
I see.
Now whether he's justified or not, that's a whole nother can of worms.
I think so. I'm gonna say I think he was justified being that he was trying to get the people to rise up against a fascist government that was torturing and killing its own people that didn't follow or didn't want to be a part of what they had going on. He did end up dying in the end, in the movie and in the comic book. But she was supposed to take over for him. I wish they would have kept going on with these comics. But it was only a 10 comic series.
I feel as though, I'm going to keep it real, that I understand with some things, like the part that I got mixed feelings about this. I slightly agree with him, because he did get kidnapped as a kid by the government.
Both of them did.
So I can feel you wanting the revenge, but you don't always gotta have revenge. Isn't always the best choice. But I'm not gonna go hard and say that I all the way disagree with you. I don't all the way disagree with you. This actually was a good pick, because I can see people looking at it from this way, and I can see people looking at it from that way.
It's kind of a give and take, and I do. Queen. Only reason I say he's not an anti-hero.
He is an anti-hero. He is.
You think? But he was his whole thing. The reason I say he's not.
He
was actually going against
I may not always agree with Queen, and Queen always agree with me, but we agree with this. He's definitely an anti-hero. And if I think backstory on him, she's gonna definitely be like, I was right.
Yeah, but okay, I give you that. But he was going at the government. That's what made him a villain in the world's eyes. Because he was killing government officials. Like he was knocking them off left and right. So he,
D-Man is kind of being fair today. That's weird too. Because he's not agreeing with everybody's pick. He's agreeing with some, so I can tell he's being fair today. I don't know what you're drinking on. I don't know if Matt gave you some of that lean over there, that Texas tea. But shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I mean, D-Man actually being fair today. Some things he's agreeing with. Some things with Mac he's agreeing with. Some things he's not. Some things he's agreeing with. Some things he's not. So I think he's an anti. I agree with Queen though. I think he falls in the anti-hero. I don't think he's a straight up villain. Salute to Hendo.
Let's go, bub.
who you got?
What I just do, I just did. We'll go to Victor Freeze. I'm gonna go to Mr. Freeze right now. Now, for everybody's here that's here right now, I want y'all to close your eyes and we're gonna take you on a journey real quick about a kid that was very misunderstood, that used to freeze animals to preserve life. He's seen a lot of death as a child. His parents kind of thought he was weird, so they sent him to a boarding school. And he was really smart, really precocious compared to the other kids. He started studying cryogenics, biology, on how to be able to preserve life. He was really obsessed with being able to preserve life. And when he got sent to that boarding school, he met a beautiful female named Nora. And he loved her so much, and they, clicked as soon as they met, that they ended up soon becoming engaged. While Nora was engaged to Vic, she ended up contracting a sort of sickness. And we remember in the beginning what I told you about Victor wanting to preserve life, even as a little kid. He tried to preserve her through his cryogenic experiments. And he needed funding to try to save her. And the dude that he worked for said that he couldn't get the funding. So he snuck in the lab one night and tried to save Nora. Somebody knew about it and ended up sending the goons over there and ended up messing up his experiment. The cryogenic chamber that he used spilt on him, deforming him, making him only be able to survive in zero temperatures, basically. And from that point on, he wasn't able to survive in normal temperature. It had to be sub-zero temperature. Mr. Freeze is a man that's hurt. He's in pain because he's trying to save his fiance from illness, and he can only preserve her through cryogenics. And he basically goes robbing banks and things of that nature because he needs the funding to try to save white. Go ahead, man. I know you got that. He was that. Dude that did that to me, I'd have froze your
pine pot with a freeze gun too.
I
Nah. Like I said, I would have froze you with the freeze gun too.
but I hold on. But I never said I didn't agree with you on Mr. Freeze. I agree with you on Mr. Freeze. It's the same reason that Sandman was saving his daughter.
Oh, okay. So we even. So I get this one. I get a pass.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mac. Thank you.
I'm not.
Go ahead. Talk about it.
You know, I agree with him. He was trying to save his wife. He didn't care about nothing else, and in the process of him saving his wife, that's how he gained his power. Remember? Even and then you got to look at it. Even Gotham had a heart because even when they locked him up, guess what? They put his wife in there with him so he can continue his research. Remember? Oh, he done disappeared on me, y'all. Are y'all still in the chat talking about H2O? Hey, Derek Gaines, I'm gonna throw you something. Peroxide got more oxygen than water. H2O2. Water only is 2 part hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. But yeah. Again, since you're back, I said even in the comics when they arrested Mr. Freeze, they locked his wife up with him so he can continue his research.
Thank you, Hendo. That was all for his wife. Nah, but Mac agreed with me, so
Yeah,
just, in case somebody disagreed in the chat.
Go to my last one. Max. Gotta go to Max.
Okay.
We're going to the German. Max Eisenhart. Did you put him up? There you go. Yeah, I see him now. Damn, you had to get the hole. You just messed up the hole. I don't even see top of his head. He just blended in with the screen. Well, we going. I know.
There's some adaptations.
So everybody know him as Eric, but his original name is Mac Eisenhart. If y'all did not know, he was in X-Men #1. He was in the very first X-Men comic. 1963, September 1963, by the famous Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Y'all know I gotta have a Jack Kirby in here. I gotta have a It wouldn't be right. Am I right, Ed?
Nah, definitely.
It wouldn't be right, man. Look. So
might have to do a show dedicated to his character.
I would love that. I really would love that, man. I really would love that, man. Magneto is he's an Omega level mutant, man. If y'all didn't know, he's German. How can I? Where should I start? Should I start in him being Jewish, German Jewish, or should I start in the?
Yeah, you're right. You right.
Huh?
Nah, you're right. Let's talk about him being meeting up with Mag, meeting up with Strong.
Okay, well,
in the concentration camp.
Yeah, he was in the concentration. Like the movie actually got that right. Magneto was German Jewish, and he was in a concentration camp during World War I, surviving discrimination and hardship. The Nazis had him. They actually tortured him and his family. He escaped. I think they killed his mom, his dad, his sister, and one of the things he actually wanted revenge, but he met up with Xavier, And through the times while he was growing up, well, before this is after he grew up, he met Xavier, and Xavier kind of helped him harness his powers. Uh, and he was actually one of the first members of X-Men. But through all of that, he ended up leaving X-Men, and he actually became he left Xavier, and he got a career to hunt down Nazis for war crimes for some agency. I can't remember the agency name, but he started hunting down Nazis for war crimes, and he ended up crossing the line and started killing Nazis because of what they did to him in the past. The reason I picked Magneto and saved him for number one is because Magneto, the Earth started punishing mutants. I mean, humans started punishing mutants and felt like they treated mutants like they did us back in the day. We was getting sprayed by water hose. They were sicking dogs on us, and he basically wanted to fight back. He didn't like how the world viewed mutants, so he decided he wanted to fight back and show y'all that Homo superior was the top of the food chain. We are the superior race, but y'all treating us like we a lower level, but we're not. We're more worthy of being here than y'all. So that was his whole point. Charles Xavier was like Martin Luther King, non-violent. Magneto was your Malcolm X, by any means necessary. If you kill my people, I'm gonna kill your people. Y'all steady killing us, I'm finna take out some of y'all. I'm riding with Magneto all day to the end, to the world blow. Like I know Act not gonna agree with me, but I'm sorry. They killed his whole family. He went back and got his revenge on the Nazis that did that. Under American, that one of the things is he worked for the company that he worked for was under an American affiliate that went to go punish Nazis for war crimes. So even at that point, he was still working with America. But when they started killing off mutants and punishing mutants, he didn't like that, and he decided to show y'all we don't have to dictate by how y'all want to treat us.
Who blocked your comments, Queen?
Yeah, you got a wrench. Who blocked your comment?
Can't nobody block you. You like one of the first people that got a wrench on this side. Ain't no way that happened. I won't let it happen. Yeah, you know what, Mac? At first, I didn't agree with you, but I would be a hypocrite because of my next pick. So all sins are forgiven, my son.
I was waiting, bro. I was like, he gonna go off. I'm just waiting to see what y'all do.
I had to think about it because the person that I got on my list is not exactly the same. Only thing that I didn't agree with was the methods that he took once he got older and became Magnus.
When he became Magnus? When he became Magneto or when he was Magnus?
When he was forming the Brotherhood and the deception that he did and the way he didn't care about
he was
human compared to Homo superior. That was really the point I was getting at. But
I will say this: I do agree with this point. I didn't like how he killed mutants, and you were supposed to be representing mutants.
Yes, that's like that, and that was another thing. Good point.
That's the only thing I didn't like.
Very hypocritical.
Yeah,
very hypocritical.
Everything else,
though, I agree with. He went through what he went through. He's a Holocaust survivor, and I understood. I completely understood. Revenge ain't always the best medicine, but it is what it is. It's like my person that I brought up before, Victor Freeze. And remember, Revenge is a dish best served cold. Remember what Free said. So yeah, much appreciated. We're gonna get to my last one. Oh, I don't know what you said. You must have said. You know what, Queen? What could have happened to you? I didn't censor it. What could happen, because this is from a certain age group. If you type certain things, you can't type certain things. Yeah, I didn't censor you. That's automatic, because this is supposed to be a kids channel. So if you type certain things in the chat on this channel, it'll go crazy. Because I remember, I think it did it to Jimmy. Was it you, Jimmy Bernard? It did it to one time. It did it to somebody else like that too. That always be in the chat. So you gotta be careful with what you type. Basically, act like you watching one of my kids. I ain't got no kids. But act like you watching one of my kids. I don't want you just saying anything. And then they go into school copy. That happened to me one time. So, I said something. Yeah, it was you, Jimmy Bernard. That's what I'm saying. So you can't type anything over here. It's not like the Jab Jamboree or other channel. You can type whatever you want over there. Nothing to happen. Over here, you can't really type it. So it wasn't me. It was set up like that.
Who you got next, champ?
My last pick, last but not least, this is a treat. Gore the God Butcher. Now, Gore the God Butcher is also from an unknown planet. He lived in such harsh conditions, like people weren't able to eat. They had to sacrifice their food to their gods and things like that. He ended up losing his wife and unborn child. So he only had a son left, and then he lost him. And he always called upon the gods, and he seen the gods weren't responding. So one day he sees two gods fighting, and one of them was one of the gods of the symbiotes. And he ends up harnessing that power for himself and ends up taking revenge on every single god that he feels like didn't answer his call when he needed them. So I think personally, Gore is definitely justified because he called on them. But at the same time, I feel as though you got to have faith. But I guess his faith ran out because after someone not hearing your call all the time, you start to lose it. Go ahead, Mac.
I don't got nothing for you. I actually agree with Gore because the thing is, if I'm, even in Christianity and Islam, they tell you to have faith. You're one of God's strongest, and the things that you go through are trials and tribulations. But in his situation, he was going through so much, like he was losing it. He lost everything twice, not once, twice. And he was on the verge. And then he ended up losing his whole planet.
Yeah.
But him, he lost his whole planet. But him, and he was like, pray to the gods every day. I talk to y'all every day, and you do nothing for the people. We starve, we feed, and he decided he wanted his revenge. I couldn't be mad at him at that. At some point, the gods got y'all was just feeding off of the prayers of the people talking to you. Y'all becoming stronger while you letting your people die. Like he got married twice. He had multiple kids and from each wife, and they died. And it's like at some point, You have nothing else to lose, and he didn't have nothing else to lose, so he didn't care. Even if he died, he felt like that was better. He actually welcomed them. So it was like, I 100% agree with God. He was very justified. And
Jimmy Bernard said, "I wish the movie had been better." Yeah, I would. That's why I didn't bring up the movie.
the movie couldn't have did it.
See, me and Mac is specifically talking about.
I've read that comic twice.
Me too.
That's one of my favorite Thor stories. That's why when they did Love and Thunder, I put this on everything I love. I was so mad at that movie. I swear that's the worst Marvel movie they've made yet. I was so mad at that movie. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna say this. Christian Bale played a hell of a God butcher. I can't take nothing away because I didn't even know that was Christian Bale that played him until later. Like, that's how good he played. Like, he played a great role. They just messed the whole story up.
Perfect.
They just messed the entire story up. And that messed it up for me right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all had good acting right there, but y'all messed it all up.
I agree.
Sure.
100%. Getting ready to get up out of here.
Yeah. Tell them about Tuesday.
Okay, so wait, hold on. Sorry. He said white South God. Don't do that, Queen. You know what, Queen? I can't wait till I see you. Please fight. Definitely fight. Definitely. Give me such a home. Such a home. Appreciate all of y'all for coming through. Appreciate Derek Gaines. He wasn't with us, but he was here with us in spirit. Appreciate everybody in the comments and everybody that popped in, even if it was for a second. If you didn't catch it, make sure that you come back, share, like, subscribe, donate, whatever you want to do. We work hard on this channel, man. Giving you content and coming up with new themes every day. So Tuesday, I don't know if we're gonna do something Sunday. I think I gotta go to Patterson and visit my dad's side of the family. I'm not sure. I think this Sunday it might be a dub. So we're gonna do something Tuesday on Christmas Eve. We're gonna do top Christmas movies. Top 5 Christmas movies. It's gonna be me and Mac rocking out. And y'all make sure y'all go over there. I'll try to give you guys the time by tomorrow so that you guys know. Me and Mac already got our list. We had to actually switch because there was one I feel like was from more of my time, and then there was one more from his time. He said they both from his, but I feel like by the time the one from my time came out, but I'm gonna keep it real. It was hard for me to give you that one, man. It was hard for that trade, but appreciate you for trading. You're a good man. You're a good man. But look out for top 5 Christmas movies on Christmas Eve. You got anything, Matt? Stay ready.
I was sitting here talking. I said, I ain't got nothing, man. That was a great show. Great show.
All right, man. Get the people your last.
Man, appreciate y'all coming through, man. This was a great show. Y'all just stay tuned for next Tuesday. We're going to keep busting them out. We got some verses coming up soon, man. I think it's time to bring them back because we hadn't done one in a while. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is too. Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I'm trying to see what I gotta admit, Derek Gaines did call out my bro Drew Tight.
But that was the call out How you gonna call out somebody and let them pick?
I don't. I gotta give Derek Gaines credit on that. I would have never did that.
Ever.
It would have had to be somebody on the same. Like if I do it with Mac, if we was to do, Killer Croc and the Lizard, but they on the same stratosphere, so I'm comfortable with that. Whatever I get, I'm not gonna just let Mac pick. And he picked World Breaker Hawk, and then now I gotta try to get
somebody on that level,
Superman or something like that.
you know.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. So yeah.
You
Thank
talking
God
about
let your wild rubbing off on me. You stupid.
Hey, you just worry about Ohio beat Oregon. That's what you need to worry about.
Didn't they win? They won, right?
Oh no, they won this weekend. They got to beat Oregon, the number one team in football.
Okay.
Yeah, they got to play the number one team in football, who they lost to already.
Okay. Yeah, but appreciate you, Mac. We'll talk on the back end.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody in the comments.
Salute.
We'll definitely be back for another one. And shout out to everybody that came through. Y'all catch us on Tuesday.
Right on.
He said, here we go.
Yeah, no, hook 'em horns. Hook 'em horns.